Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm going to do a few more unboxings from the Mega Singles collection. We're getting down there, you know, this is probably quite a few boxes we're in now. I'm doing a box from kind of his main collection, and then I'm going to do a box of some of the newest stuff he acquired. Don't forget to check out our Discogs link. All of this stuff is going to be available on our Discogs page. I'll include the link below. And check out our Patreon. We've got some deals on exclusive content and some discount codes for the web store. But so far we got, what are we going to do here? Box 41 and box 1. Let's take a look. Now I have no idea what's in actually either of these boxes. I have not gone through them. I went through a few of the boxes when I bought the collection looking for key records that, you know, were on the spreadsheet when I bought the collection. But nothing on this particular page, you know, was on the spreadsheet that looked really good. You know, he didn't put everything on. Each box had about 3 or 4 names listed on the spreadsheets. And it was typically the main bands, the, you know, the stuff that he had multiple singles of. You know, if he had 20 copies of a Go-Go's, you know, the Go-Go's, he put that on the sheet. But then he might have, you know, a killer record that went for huge money, but it wouldn't have been listed because it was a one of. All right. Some Nina. German Nina. German pressings. Look at that. I might have to keep that for myself. It's probably not worth that much, but a German pressing of 99 Luftballons. Cool, cool. That looks really good, doesn't it? Not really sure what it is. Neopoise. You know, like I said in the first video, this is, you know, not my main forte. You know, I'm a big jazz fan, blues, soul. But a lot of this punk, new wave, the Nerves is a little out of my wheelhouse, but some of the stuff looks really good in this box. Bill Nelson. Negative Approach. Touch and Go. Angel of the Morning, the rare Juice Newton record. $1. Still no one's gonna buy it. Oh my God, what is this? Look at all that junk. It's amazing how that's in the same box as some of this stuff, huh? Look at that. And then right next to Olivia Newton-John and Juice Newton. You've got a brick of New Order. One of my absolute favorite bands from the 80s. Man, this is nice. Look at this. We got everything, boy. Multiple copies. True Faith. All these beautiful UK factory pressings. I'm not a singles guy. But when it comes to New Order, you kind of have to have some singles, otherwise you're going to be missing a lot of their discography. So, this might have to be a large chunk of records that I keep. Look at that, nice, nice. Look at that, I just had them double copies. New Order is, and I don't know how it is around the world, but New Order 7 inches in Arizona are like next to impossible to find. I've maybe in 5 years had one copy of Blue Monday come in, and that was actually, I bought a jukebox operator's collection. It was like 80,000 records. And I think there was a Lovell Terrace Apart and a Blue Monday 7 inch in that. I don't think I've ever had a 7 inch New Order record come in the door in 5 years since then. 12 inches, you know, they were 12 inches all the time, but man, not 7 inches. This is fantastic. Oh, this is unbelievable. Naked Church. Naked Eyes. You got naked everything in this. Now, what is that peeking through? Where's that out of? Naked Eyes. All right, let's go to this newer box. Don't have huge hopes for this box, but it actually looks pretty decent right on top. See some helicopters. Electric Frankenstein. Boy, this is, we got a grip of Electric Frankenstein. That one's autographed. Helicopters box set. I think I got a picture picture disc. Was this coming in a picture disc? I think I got one of these in the store now, actually. That's a nice little chunk of records. Oh, look at that. God, I think there's a couple hundred of these. Oh, look at that. Oh. Look at that. I think there's, oh, this is the autograph. I think this comes some of them are autographed. Nice silk screen. I think there was 200 of these when these came out. Yeah, pressing of 200. Well, there's 3 minty copies. Oh man, this is kind of pressing of 250. Some of the rarer Melvins singles. Look at this. Very nice. Man, this guy really knew what he was collecting. He was a big fan of certain labels, and you know, although some of those labels had a lot of junk. Some of that stuff is, you know, fantastic. Melvins verse. To find the record that it goes to. He was a big Esdras fan. A lot of stuff, a lot of singles club member. So a lot of these boxes had a lot of that stuff in it. Oblivions. That's cool. Pumpkin. Nomads. Yeah, it's weird. So in the 80s and the 70s, you know, he was kind of into punk and the new wave. And when you go through his 90s stuff, you can kind of tell he was real. He's like kind of got more into the indie and the garage stuff. Kind of interesting when you can look at somebody's collection and kind of, yeah, and then you know, he started getting into the O's. He started getting into the, not that that's it, but he started getting into a lot of the Sundays and a lot of the 60s psych. You know, a lot of that repress stuff that came out. Mama, man. Mummies. And somewhat clean sleeve, but no record. Yellow. Box tops. Got some nice stiff stuff here. This looks like a lot of the colored variations of stuff. He was making a run on the stiff label, and he had mentioned to me that along the way he would buy stuff, you know, as he saw it to kind of fill in the collection. You know, part of me feels bad for, you feel bad, you guy spends 40 years putting together a collection and you eviscerate it on Discogs, but man, I buy a lot of massive collections and you can't keep them all. Although there's a good chunk of some of this stuff that I will end up keeping. Sympathy for the record industry. Big fan of that label as well. Trying to think what the Scorpion. Dead though. Trying to think the big record on that label would probably be the Upholsterers, right? I've got one in the shop without all the business cards and stuff, but I haven't found that in here as of yet. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm Mike. Until next time.